Hey guys, Brad Gilmore here. Want to give a big shout out to our title sponsor, Walker Texas Lawyer. If you or a loved one have been injured in an accident, whether that be a car, truck, motorcycle accident, or some kind of other issue, hit up Walker Texas Lawyer at 713-552-1117 or walkertexaslawyer.com.
Oh, Brad, what have you done now?
Broadcasting live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. TV host, best-selling author, and radio personality Brad Gilmore brings you a collection of conversations with stars from movies.
Matthew McConaughey.
Brad Gilmore.
Mark Wahlberg.
Hey, how are you?
The legendary Mr. Christopher Lloyd. Christopher, how are we doing?
I'm doing good. Great introduction.
Television.
Jimmy Fallon joins us this morning. Jimmy, how you doing, my friend?
Good morning. Thank you so much, Brad, for having me. I appreciate this, bud.
Kelly Ripa.
Brad, thank you for having me.
Comedy.
Jay Leno joins us. Jay, how you doing?
Hey, Brad, what's going on?
Chris Tucker is in the building. Chris Tucker, good morning to you.
Hey, Brad. Good morning to you. How are you?
Gabriel Fluffy Iglesias.
Good morning.
Music.
Lola Monroe.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
The legendary frontman of AC/DC, Brian Johnson, joins us right now. Brian, how you doing?
Good morning, Brad. What lovely to talk to me, funny lad.
Grammy Award winner Maya joins us.
How are you?
And more. This is The Collection. Now your host, The Boat.
She's a part of two of the most iconic television shows in history, and she's talking about her brand new movie. Joining us right now on the line is Candace Cameron Bure. Candace, how are you?
Hey, Brad. I'm doing great.
I want to talk about Unsung Hero because what's so great about this film, it's a remarkable true story. And everyone always loves when there's something based on, things that actually happen, and seeing these stories in real life, come to life on the big screen. Talk to me about the movie for people who may have not seen the trailer. What is it about? What can we expect?
Well, this story is about a family, the Smallbone family, that immigrated from Australia to the U.S. There's 7 kids in the family, and when they got to the U.S., their dad lost their job, and they had literally pennies to their name. They'd had nothing. And the story takes you through their journey of trying to rebuild through the hardships, but in it, seeing the miracles that happened, the adventure. This movie really celebrates moms, hence the title, The Unsung Hero, and Helen is the unsung hero, in my opinion, in the movie. But it's such a beautiful story because this family, they work together, but you see the real struggle, and there's a lot of tears and emotions, but there's so much hope, and it's so life-giving. And you might know the Smallbone family if you listen to the music for King and Country or the artist Rebecca St. James. And between them, they've won so many Grammys. Their music's incredible, but this is their origin story, and it's a movie for the whole family. It's set back in the 90s. You can take your kids to watch. Bring the tissues, though, because mom and dad, you'll probably cry. And listen to some great music and a beautiful, hope-filled, inspiring story.
You hit on something there that I think is so important. There's so much content out today, right? And some of it's very distracting. Some of it doesn't always send the best message. And I feel like it's important, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like it's important to you in the projects that you take on to make sure that there is a uplifting and positive message. Is that important to you?
Oh, absolutely. The answer is yes. I've been in family entertainment for over 40 years, and as I've grown throughout my career, I know a lot of people, see my face on television, but I've been producing movies for quite some time, and with my production company, and helped produce this movie as well. And that's always what I have focused on and will continue to do, is provide uplifting family entertainment. It's where my heart is at. I love families. I celebrate families. And I've always wanted, and I have always chosen to work on projects that the whole family can watch together.
When people hear the term producer, right, maybe the layman doesn't understand what all comes in to play with that. There's so much that a producer has to do, and running a production company. Congratulations on that and being involved in this project. Again, Unsung Hero in theaters today. Find out where unsunghero.movie is where you can find out more about it. But when you want to go into producing a project, like what are all the indicators that you're looking at? Are you looking at a strong script? Are you looking at marketability? Kind of, I'm just interested, like what attracts you to a project to want to produce?
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's finding the story that you want to tell is the very starting point of that, and then knowing who your audience is, where your distribution may lie. Is it something for theater in the theaters? Is it for television? And then producing is really putting all of those puzzle pieces together, and then the work on the ground in the aspect of putting your crew together, your director, your director of photography, your cast, your actors, your makeup, hair, wardrobe, locations, all those things. That's what producers and then executive producers, also the financing behind any project. Those are the jobs.
And those are the jobs that you've taken on. And to me, was that something that was ever in your mind, or was that always a long-term goal? Like you wanted to be on, for I guess lack of a better term, both sides of the camera?
Yeah, I have for a long time. I love acting. It's been wonderful, but I'm very much an entrepreneur. So I have several companies and businesses, and always wanted to be more than just the actor in front of the camera. I really like producing. I like putting the puzzle pieces together. So I've been doing that for about 10 years now, and we're excited because this is the first feature film for my company. I've been producing television for quite some time, but now into the feature world. So I'm really proud of this movie.
Was there a big difference going from producing for television than doing like a feature like Unsung Hero?
For me, yes, because the budgets are bigger. The locations are all over the place, and it's just a different pool of people to choose from. And so, yeah, it makes a big difference for me because I've been doing television for so long. I kind of know who my crews are. I know who my people are, and it's a little bit more plug and play at this point because I've been doing it for so long. But the feature world was just a whole other level to access.
Now, when you talk about Unsung Hero, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Smallbone family, it's not just about them. They're also intimately involved in getting this project together and telling the story. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. So Joel Smallbone, he's one of the lead singers in For King and Country. He co-wrote the movie and co-directed the movie and stars in the movie. And he is absolutely phenomenal. I don't know that you get more talented than that. I mean, truly, I'm just like, it's incredible. I joke with him all the time. It's, because he's so talented. But the whole entire family is in the movie. So several of them, or all of them, have very small cameos, aside from Joel, who stars in it. But what's so remarkable about their family today, and you'll actually see it at the end of the movie, but they all still work together. Like their whole family is within their music career. Their brother, one of the brothers, Daniel, is the lighting director for their tours, and one is a filmmaker that still works with them and shoots all their videos, does everything. Their dad and their younger brother is their tour manager. I mean, it's such a family affair, and I think that's also part of the reason why it's so inspiring to me. At this point, so many years later, they're all still working together.
Yeah, that says a lot about the strength of the family, which I'm sure is going to come through in the movie Unsung Hero. Again, in theaters today, you can go to unsunghero.movie to find out which theater in your area. It's all over the Houston area, which is great. So everyone rush out and see this movie. And I guess, too, having them on set, it helps tell the authentic version of the story, because a lot of times when life rights or story rights are sold off, you don't always get the full true story. So to have someone who was there and lived it and knows the history of this family like the back of their hand because they lived it helps just bring that authenticity through, I would imagine.
Oh, it absolutely does. And when you watch the movie, there's so many miracles that happen, and I will tell you that all of them are real. There's very little in this story that is, that is creative. They really happen, and there were actually so many more miracles that happened in their real life that we didn't put into the film because it almost felt like it was fake. Like this couldn't possibly happen. Like one miracle after another. So we took some of those things out to make it feel like it was more realistic, and yet every single one of them is true.
God works in mysterious ways, and I'm glad that you're able to bring this story to the big screen. Again, go see Unsung Hero and Candace Cameron Bure. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're so welcome. Thanks, Brad.